Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite mother of three, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is a B with the T. I am going to be discussing the lyrics in the I Admit It song, album, whatever the hell R.Kelly just dropped, and they snatched off the internet with the quickness. But before we get into that, let's talk about a few other things that happened over the weekend. So the first thing that I want to talk about real quick is the fact that Diddy just welcomed another baby into the world, okay? He has one stepchild, Quincy, obviously, and then he has Justin and what's the other one named, child? What's his name? Baby, I don't remember. Christian Combs. So he has Christian, and then he has the twins, and now he has a baby called Love Sean Combs. Interesting name choice. We have no idea who the mother is. I made a joke and said, what if it's Young Miami's surrogate? And they had a baby together, but I don't think that's what it is. Young Miami is still sticking beside Diddy because why wouldn't she? Whatever agreement that Young Miami and Diddy have is between them. So I really don't feel like it's anybody's business what is going on. Him having another child is not surprising, but kind of surprising, because who is the mother? That is the real mystery here. And I think it's just natural that people want to know who the baby mama is. And so everybody's saying obviously there was a DNA test done and the results just came back in. Okay, they were on Judge Lauren Lake paternity court. So I guess we're probably never gonna find out who the mama is, which is fine, but Young Miami is definitely sticking beside her man, okay? That's her baby, and that's just what it's gonna be. Do we want better for Young Miami? Yes, but at the same time, no matter what, no matter who you're with, chances are, you know, especially when you're in the limelight, the struggle to find real, genuine love is there. So I think that her and Diddy have an understanding, and everybody just needs to mind their business and respect it. Most people, if they had a billionaire in their back pocket, they're gonna go with the flow, okay? Diddy is not a committer. He's not gonna commit to Young Miami. He can commit to a few Birkins, a few cars, some jewelry, but that's it, okay? There's never gonna be anything serious. They're not gonna get married, okay? So let's move on from that notion. And on the topic of moving on, Derrick Jaxn and his soon-to-be ex-wife have filed for divorce. This is interesting because obviously, I think maybe just even a month ago, the wife, Miss Bonnet of Salvation herself, was praying curses over people that spoke down on her union with her husband. Now, he has been problematic throughout their relationship. He's been caught cheating, I believe, on numerous occasions. And there is this one particular post that I must bring to your attention because I was quite disturbed. Danae Jackson once posted, "Once upon a time, I went on a rampage searching through a phone gallery. I seen some things you can't unsee or process rationally unless you submit them to the Lord Jesus Christ. I don't know what the hell she's trying to say. As it is written, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you, is the only double-edged sword covered in fire that can burn the things I seen up and bring true healing and forgiveness. Unfortunately, for over a decade, I was unaware of the gates that were open to the enemy with the things my eyes had seen." This lady sounds absolutely crazy, but let me continue. Videos, pictures, and so on of women I knew, women I didn't know, women who were friends, dark-skinned women. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Wait a damn minute now. Why is she mad at the dark-skinned women in the man's phone? What is happening? I was filled with the demon of rage, murder, suicide, depression. Prior to this phase of my life, I already suffered a rape trauma. Therefore, I was already plagued with the spirit of rape and the spirit of the rapist himself, which preceded these new findings. Add videos of women in sexual acts to the equation, and you have yourself a ticking atomic bomb. Because I had the spirit of obsession. The creature had me in a forever loop of studying film of these women sexually. My sight would be hyper-focused on the consistency of their bodily fluid during penetration, and with this, the spirit of comparison added its 2 cents, telling me, you don't secrete like this. That's why she has what you want. Girl, what? I am weak. What? Why is she studying the women that her husband is cheating on her with? Pom-pom juice. What is happening? Oh my God. Okay, hold on. I would focus on her skin, how many blemishes she had, if any, if she was waxed or not, how flexible she was, how she responded verbally in the midst of the act, hair color, positioning, most common in the experience, and more. These images, live action images, were on repeat in my brain day and night. Obsession and comparison together is an oppression that only the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit can deliver. I felt like trash every day. I felt like I wasn't experienced enough. Baby, doing the absolute most, okay? This is not what needs to happen if you catch your man dead with another woman, okay? Do not go looking at the woman's secretions in her drawers or whatever the hell. This is craziness. But this is the same woman that about a month ago was cursing people and saying take the Lord's mercy away from them if they talk about her marriage and her husband and yada yada yada, because she was sat over there in her army top and her damn bonnet on talking about the helmet of damn salvation when her man's caught cheating on her. Ma'am, stand up. Like, how are you gonna curse the people and then your husband files for divorce? Girl, no ma'am. No ma'am. Cursing the people. So pretty much what she said ended up coming back onto her because she was speaking up against people's picnic. She was speaking up against people's livelihood, their everything. She was just cursing them out on video. Okay.
Against the names Danae Jackson and Derek Jackson in mockery, accusations, slanders, and lies. May the mercies of God be withdrawn from you. May your husbands and wives become widows. Let your children become fatherless. Let your seed become vagabonds on the earth. Let the words of your mouth and your words of your hands be returned back to you. Let it go down your throat and choke you slowly until your days become few on the earth. The word of God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. You've been warned. And if you want to know where that is at in the Bible, go to Psalm 109. Go to Psalm 35, go to Psalm 140, go to Psalm 141, and keep our names out of your mouth in the name of Jesus. Have a blessed day.
Shut the f*** up.
Psychotic.
Every person speaking a
girl, she's a whole witch. Why would she go and say all that stuff? Like, why not just bring it to your prayer closet, girl? Don't be going on the internet with that mess. And then now her husband has filed for divorce, and he posted some lengthy thing. Over the past several months, my family and I have gone through many changes. Some of you have speculated, while others of you have reached out to offer support as we privately establish this new normal for ourselves and our beautiful children. Earlier this year, after much prayer, counseling, and deep consideration, we decided to go our separate ways and filed for divorce. Making the decision to file was one of the hardest decisions of my life, but I found peace knowing that our mission of raising healthy children starting with healthy and raising healthy children, starting with healthy and whole parents, is still being accomplished. Falling in love as just teenagers to becoming spouses and now co-parents, I'm grateful for the years we've spent together and wouldn't trade them for anything. I was blessed to have such an amazing person in my life and will forever be thankful for all she's meant to our family. We ask that if you pray, to please pray for us as we navigate this grieving process. If not, please respect our privacy. So here's my thing. I mean, that post was pretty to the point and great. But the fact that this lady knew that she was going through her marital issue and got online cursing the people. I'm sorry. She got online cursing the people, knowing that they are filing for divorce or they're struggling. Like, why would you do that, ma'am? And talking about some vagabonds, girl, craziness. Anyway, I feel like she has a lot of therapy to do, okay? And sometimes when you're with somebody from a very young age and you go and live your best life with them and it doesn't turn out to be your best life, sometimes you have a lot of regrowing and relearning of yourself to do. And I think that Danae Jackson definitely needs to seek help because she is like in some serious shock and it's sad to watch. Okay, so we wish the best for her. Okay, we wish the best for her and her man and their kids. Okay, she was doing too much with the curses though. Okay, and really it just came back onto her. So watch that mouth. Okay, now I don't want this video to be too long and I really don't think there's anything really significant to talk about in celebrity news except for a few things like this. The person that is being accused of pulling the trigger that murdered Takeoff was granted $5,000 to hire a private investigator. So I talked about this the other day where I feel like it never feels like they catch the right people. And in the comments, we did start a discussion about fall guys, because that's obviously, you know, when hits are made or whatever, there's always a fall guy. So if he's a fall guy, or if he's trying to say, listen, it wasn't me, well, I'm not surprised by this, because we were just talking about, like, it doesn't feel like this is the right person. But we weren't there, so what the hell do we know? Absolutely nothing. I'm interested to see how this all plays out, but like every time I see a picture of Takeoff, like I'm like, oh my god, he's really gone. It's the same way I feel about Pop Smoke. I don't really feel that way about Nipsey Hussle, just because like I think I've accepted that he's passed away, but like with Pop Smoke and now Takeoff and even Dolph, like it's just like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. Oh my god, and PNB Rock, like, oh baby, I can't. It's too many of them. It really is, and it's unfortunate that rap or being a rapper is so damn dangerous. Like, so dangerous. But yeah, this guy's hiring a private investigator and he wants to clear his name. So if he is supposed to be a fall guy, he won't be able to clear anything. That private investigator is probably going to be like, gonna have to either leave the case alone, or he's gonna get paid off, or something crazy is gonna happen where this whole private investigator thing is supposed to be the thing. Because at the end of the day, once they catch a person or claim that this person is the guilty person, they will do everything in their power to make that person come out as guilty. Okay, which reminds me, the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion trial is like pretty much about to start, and they're doing like jury selection or whatever. And recently they added a charge to case, or to Tory. And the chatter about that is usually that's done when they feel like the original charges that they put on, the DA put on, are not going to stick for whatever reason. If you guys listen to the transcripts on Milagro, what's her channel called again? Mob Radio. If you listen to her read the transcript from some of the depositions that have happened, like your mouth would be on the floor. But that's probably why they are adding these new charges. And, you know, if these charges, the new charges do stick, he's not going to be, the original charges that they put are probably just gonna be swept over, and he's not gonna get as much time, and yada 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 yada, or the case is gonna get thrown out. Who knows what's gonna happen? That's another thing that I'm interested to see play out, because I feel like it's been too damn long since the Tory Lanez and Megan thing even started. But like, girl, I need it to be over expeditiously. I can't wait for that one to be over. Like, literally, I need it to like come and go. Okay, because what it been came, like we need it to go now. Okay, we can't be going into 2023 and like we're in like May and we're still talking about it. We need the trial and to happen very fast, swiftly, and get the ball rolling. Okay, now the thing, baby. So that is it for that part of B with the T. Now let's get into this R.Kelly debacle, because girl. Okay, so if you didn't know, over the weekend or like over the last couple of days, whatever, R.Kelly released some tape called I Admit It. Then it got yanked down from Spotify, got yanked off of Apple Music, and then R.Kelly heard from the jail on a phone call stating somebody trying to sabotage him. He didn't put it out. He don't know who put it out. Somebody else put it out. Yada 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 yada. Okay, sir, I don't give a damn who put it out. The fact of the matter is that is your voice on the record. So let's read some lyrics and see what the hell this man was saying in I Admit It. Because why would you do that? Now, I did press play. I went to a YouTube channel that had the whole entire album up, and I pressed play and I'm like, oh my God, this sounds so like current, like up to the times. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like a Today sound, but with R. Kelly's voice on it. And it was an interesting listening experience, but I didn't listen to the whole thing because there's like, I Admit It part 1, part 2, and part 3. And so the lyrics that I have, I think, are all 3 parts put together. And so when I was reading it last night, all I could see was a whole lot of deflection, still denial, but there was some admitting of some things, but still kind of leaving the door open for us to ponder. And it's a lot. So let's get into these lyrics real quick. I admit I done made some mistakes, and I have some imperfect ways. I admit I have helped so many people. So right away, he is saying, even though I've made a lot of mistakes, I've also helped a lot of people. So is he telling us to look past this? Look past the mistakes? Baby, these are not mistakes. Mistakes are you do it once and then you don't do it again because you learned your lesson. There's a pattern in his behavior, and there's also a choice that he's made. He's making choices. It's not mistakes. Okay, so right away, he gaslighting us. I'm sorry. He is. And them same people turned fake. I admit it was so hard to focus. I didn't go to classes. I admit that I dropped out of school. I admit that I wasn't that cool. I admit that I just feel like retiring. Well, you in jail, sir. They say you're going to be in there for a lifetime, so you might as well just retire, okay? I admit that I just don't feel like trying, but all my real niggas around me keep telling me, Kels, F that, you gotta keep climbing. I admit it, I did. I done effed with a couple of fans. I admit that I'm a gift and a curse. I admit that I don't go to church. I admit I got so many flaws. Told so many lies to these broads. Blew so much money. Popped so many bottles. Yeah, I effed a B just because. Nigga, I had a hell of a day, but I admit I was in my own way. I admit I had my mama crying over me. What else can a nigga say? I admit I can't spell for shit. I admit that all I hear is hits. I admit that I couldn't read the teleprompter when the Grammys asked me to present. I admit I love God, but wait, it's so much temptation, but wait. And mental, the drinking and smoking too much, but it helped me get through the day. One thing I find about R.Kelly and a lot of people that have issues is that they can't help themselves but to tell on themselves. So when R.Kelly did Trapped in the Closet and all those parts, and when he did Aaliyah's album, her first album, he was doing a lot and calling himself the Pied Piper. Like, he was doing a lot of hiding in plain sight. And so I think he's so internally messed up that the only way to get it out is to make the music. And over the years, we've loved the music, not paying attention to the extreme, disgusting behaviors that R. Kelly has exhibited, looking past it. Like, the whole P situation, that wasn't recent. That happened in the 90s, okay? So how is it that after that situation, people still loved R. Kelly? We were still doing Chocolate Factory, Step in the Name of Love. Like, he gave us the hits on hits on hits on hits, baby. He didn't wrote for some. He's written a lot of music that we are still in love with to this day. And though we may not put on an R. Kelly album, sometimes we don't even know we're listening to R. Kelly because he writes for so many other people, okay? So it's like literally impossible to cancel this man in the music world. And so that's why a lot of people have struggled, not me, baby, but a lot of people have struggled with not listening to R. Kelly's music. And you see it on Twitter all the time, and people having debates about it. And I don't really see what there's to debate about, because realistically, once we find out that he's making this music and writing the music about underage victims, how do you still listen to it? I don't know how to disassociate that. I don't know how to do it. So I can't sympathize or empathize or anything. I can't feel the people that are still listening to the music, because to me, it just makes me sick. But I'm also a victim of sexual abuse. So maybe that's why I can't disassociate it. But other people seem to be able to. Now, he is in this, I admit it, 3-part series, just like Trapped in the Closet has so many parts. He's pretty much confessing in a way to everything that has been said, but at the same time, there's certain wording that he's using to make us not feel like he's necessarily admitting it, or he's just calling it his art. He's getting his feelings out. Baby, just get a journal, sir. Just get you a journal. Who gave him a mic and a damn Pro Tools to make the music? Who gave it to him? Anyway, and the other thing I have to say too is I think that this was done like before he got put away. I think he knew it was coming up the pike, so he made these songs. Whoever had them, and decided they was gonna release them. He's saying it's not him. Anyway, won't say no name. I'm not a snitch, but one night at the Ritz, I did some ish I shouldn't have did. I went and effed my niggas B. I admit that I did. I effed my girlfriend's best friend. Yeah, I tapped that in the back of my bands. I admit I'm sorry for my sins. So he's throwing people under the bus at this point, okay? I admit I trust people too much. I admit I can't say such and such. So obviously, because there were so many people in the documentary, that realistically everybody should be damn arrested, okay? All the people that recruited girls for him, under the jail as well. I think there's so many people that should be, the parents, all these people should be in jail as well. But my lawyers told me to settle this, even though it's bullshit. Kelly, protect your career. All these people in my ear. I admit I've been tempted by drugs. I admit that I just need a hug. I admit the devil talk to me sometimes, but the devil is not who I trust. I've been effed by so many damn managers while they push me out in front of these cameras. All this music I done gave to them, and now they play me like a effing amateur. I got a life, yeah. I got a right, yeah. Cancel my shows, that shit ain't right. So now he's saying, I'm a victim. R. Kelly is trying to tell us that he is the victim here. Sir, get it the freak together. You are grown, sir. Like, get it together. You're not a victim. You're not. No, not in this sense, okay? Tables just turned, really. Now they gonna say I don't respect these women when all I've done is represent. 30 years is the ad lib there. Take my career and turn it upside down because you mad I've got some girlfriends. So he's downplaying the situation that he's accused of at his house, where he's holding people hostage and making them live a certain way. Hell, with this record deal, it ain't worth shit for real. Ain't seen my kids in years. They trying to lock me up like Bill. I found this line very ironic because the lawyer that represented Bill and got Bill off is the same attorney that is, representing R. Kelly in the appeal to the Supreme Court. So I find it interesting that he's mentioning Bill when Bill was also a part of the Me Too movement, and women coming forth and saying Bill did X, Y, and Z. If I were R. Kelly, that is the last damn person I would be putting up in the damn song. Because all anybody is gonna look at and say is, well, there's a lot of similarities there, and you even hired his same damn lawyer. So, what's tea? How much can a nigga take? How much can a nigga pray? Just want to do my music. Stop stressing me. Please, just let me age gracefully. No, absolutely not. We are not going to let you age gracefully, sir. The ship sailed, okay? I admit it, I did it. So, you know what this is giving? Very much giving the book that O.J. Simpson wrote. If you ever look at the cover of that book, okay? A mess. People like to hide in plain sight, baby. I don't know if OJ did it or not, but it is what it is. So, yeah, they took my gift and blind me. Where the F is my money? Now here comes this big ass conspiracy, but still got my fans. That's a blessing. Listen to heaven, just stay on my grind, and that's 24/7. And I know my mama Joanne is smiling down on me. I put that on Reverend. I've been a grown man since age 11. Mind on the guap since 7. Rest in peace to my homie Kevin. I admit it. I'm a freak. I used to go to strip clubs every week, but who these niggas trying to say I am? Man, I'm loud and I put on that Chief. Is this Chief Keef he's referencing? Child, please leave Chief Keef out your song, sir. Like, what is happening? I admit I F with all the ladies. That's older and young ladies. And this line is a red damn flag, sir. You are accused of pedophilia, which he also does mention in this song. Oh, here it is right here, actually. But tell me how they call it pedophile, because that ish is crazy. He's literally, like, I don't believe that he believes that he is doing anything wrong, which is scary. Okay, very scary. And if he does know that he's doing something wrong and he's just gaslighting us, well, that's all equally as scary. You may have your opinions, entitled to your opinions, but really, am I supposed to go to jail or lose my career because of your opinion? Sir, it's not an opinion. You were engaging in disgusting and unexcusable activities with minors, okay? A whole golden shower. Like, what are you saying? And then paying off the parents. And that's why I say the parents need to go to jail, baby. Okay? But like, the fact that he's calling this an opinion, it's not an opinion. These are facts. Like, they're whole facts. And he sat there trying to tell us that these are opinions. No. Yes, you should go to jail, sir. Like, what? I'm perplexed. I think he thinks that he shouldn't go to jail because the parents agree. But that's not the case. He should go to jail and the parents should also go to jail. Maybe he needs to write a new song about that. Go ahead and stone me, point your finger at me, turn the world against me, but only God can mute me. I admit that I fired some people. I admit that I hired new people. I admit that those people I fired on my mama was crooked ass people. I admit that I don't own my music. I admit that I wrote on my music, want it back, but they don't want to do it. So he's pretty much saying, I ain't got my master's. I need my master's, baby. I did that bump and grind. I did that 12 play. I did that fed up. I changed the damn game. So I deserve me a fair play. So put some respect on my damn name. Now, Wendy Williams mad with me? Like, Wendy probably sat over there like, now why am I in it, girl? But I ain't never offered her no drink. But I admit that she asked me, can I get a little Hennessy? Then we both turned off our phones. We drinked. I smoked. We talked. I admit that I told it all. Our phone, we talked it off. Okay, so pretty much Wendy has some tea, baby, that was not recorded. But obviously he's saying he told Wendy everything. And whatever Wendy knows is what Wendy knows, okay? From my good points to my faults, she said, what about Aaliyah? I said, love. She said, what about the tape? I said, hush. So even when he was talking to Wendy, he's telling us what happened with the conversation. And he's pretty much saying, like, when Wendy was asking those pressing questions, he deflected. Just like he's deflecting in this song. Are we surprised? Absolutely not. I said, my lawyer said, don't say nothing. But I can tell you, I've been set up. I admit it. However, since the first day, that without knowing that I signed my publishing away, I admit it, I was young and caught up and so blind. I don't know what any of why he's telling us about him not having his music and his masters and owning his music. We don't care, sir. Don't try to distract us with that. We don't need that distraction. You were sat over there in Chicago at the damn McDonald's recruiting little girls from school. You had your people recruiting the people from damn McDonald's by the high school or the elementary school. Was it a high school or elementary school? Either which way, problematic. Disgusting. Like, how are you gonna sit there and deflect? Talk about McDonald's. Don't talk about your damn publishing. We don't care. Said I had dyslexia. Couldn't read all them contracts. Now the truth in this message is I'm a broke ass legend. The only reason I stayed on tour is because I gotta pay my rent. I never thought it would come to this, to be the most disrespected artist. So again, he's the victim. So I had to write a song about this because they always take my words and twist it. Believe me, it's hard to admit all of this, but I'm in my feelings about this ish. But I had to set the effing record straight. So, yeah. I admit it, blah, blah, blah. I admit it. I love Steve Harvey, John Legend, and Tom Joyner. They're doing good in their lives right now. Why would they want to tear down another brother? Woman, show black men some love, because black men, we go through enough. So now he's playing on the black card, baby. He's playing on the woe is me, I am a black man, and I'm struggling card. Sir, you had so much opportunity to do good in the earth, and you used your power, your resources, and pretty much until they dried up, because you didn't even have control of your own assets. Like, you used it to get ahead and to take advantage of people and prey on people and groom their parents and groom the girls and boys, allegedly. And now you're sat here talking about some women show black men some love. Oh, we will show all the black men in the world love who deserve it, okay? Not the ones that have been predatory towards other black women. You didn't show the black people no love. You didn't show black women any love, R.Kelly. You were abusing them. Like, what? Black men, we go through enough. How can we get up off the ground when we steady tearing each other down? I admit that the devil is busy. I had some people beside me, ain't with me. And here's my thing too. R.Kelly is fully aware of his power. He's fully aware of his talent. This song is so well written. Like, I'm reading the lyrics and I'm like, oh my God, like this is really well written. But the substance, okay, what he's talking about is a mess. So I have to be able to disassociate that. I have to be able to look at the lyrics and say, yes, it's well written, but look at what he's saying. Look at what he's admitting to, and look at how he's trying to manipulate us into feeling bad for him when he is the problematic one in the situation. I admit that I'm going to do this music up until the Lord come and get me. Now, I admit a family member touched from a child to the age 14. While I laid sleep, took my virginity. So, if you recall when you watched the documentary, his brother pretty much told us what the sister did. And the way the brother explained it to us really made it seem like, you know, R.Kelly, in a sense, enjoyed it. I don't know how to word that any other way, but obviously it traumatized R.Kelly, and instead of, you know, healing that and, you know, doing the opposite, he went and aggravated that wound and just took all his resources, all his power, and used it as a way to further hurt other people instead of going to freaking therapy. Like, you got all the resources in the world to pay for the best therapist, and you're sat over here taking your childhood trauma and pushing it onto other people now and continuing that cycle of abuse when he didn't need to. You know, he's sick, but the way that he's putting it here in the music, he's now openly saying, this happened to me, it did, and telling us his version of events, because realistically, when we watched the documentary, we didn't hear his side because he didn't admit that his sister did that with him or to him. He never said that, and matter of fact, he was still actively taking care of his sister, probably because their relationship dynamic, in a sense, she's always had power over him because of what she did to him when he was a child. So now he's put it in the music, but he still has not said which family member. He didn't say my sister. He said, I admit a family member touched me and did X, Y, and Z to me, but to me, he's still stuck there because he's still scared to say who. You know what I mean? And so this is this is the only part of the song where he's an actual victim. Okay? So this is the only part of the song where I feel like this is him as a human being. But outside of those things, outside of this little part, we're not gonna deflect and feel bad and yada, 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 yada. Okay? Because he didn't have to do all the stuff that he was doing. Okay, there's plenty of people in the world that have had these encounters and don't go on to do the stuff that R.Kelly has done. So there's really no excuse, okay? So scared to say something, so I just put the blame on me. Now here I am, and I'm trying my best to be honest because the sources out there keep trying to keep me from being the artist. So he doesn't even care about, he is so busy trying to distract himself from, and distract us from the real issues here, that he swings it back around to the music and the artistry, because that's what he has used to try to heal himself. But he made it worse in a sense. Instead of getting actual help, he just kept putting it in the music, and everybody's bobbing their heads to the pedophile's revenge. Like, I don't even, like, what is this? You know what I mean? I think the wording here is really interesting when he says, so scared to say something, so I just put the blame on me. Now here I am, and I'm trying my best to be honest. But he's still struggling to be honest. 1, 2. The now here I am is very telling, because he's saying he was scared to say something and he just put the blame on himself, and then he just kind of spiraled into being extremely nasty. And I don't know what words to use to describe R.Kelly. I don't even know. I admit I'm at rock bottom, and this ish has rocked my mind. I'm calling on my hood, come walk by my side. They don't want me to shine. Women's group, my God. Now don't get it twisted. I do support them, but why they want to bring down the R? Again, no accountability. Like, ain't nobody trying to bring you down, sir. One thing about it is shedding light on something, bringing attention to something is not trying to bring somebody down. It's simply highlighting that there's issues there. That doesn't mean that anybody's trying to bring you down. If what you did was so problematic that it brings you down, that's between you and the good Lord above, okay? But you need to have some kind of accountability. He clearly has none, okay? Damn, this is breaking my heart. Because from fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters, I am a part of the music culture. Again, back to the music. Look at all the stuff I've done. Okay, that's all the energy he's giving. Look at what I did for you. Look at what I did for the music. Like, I'm a legend, is what he's saying. So why can't you guys just look past this? And he's trying to make it seem like it's a small thing. He's minimizing the whole entire situation. He's absolutely minimizing it. From him calling the people girlfriends when they were their children. Okay, a lot of them are minors. So constantly minimizing, deflecting, blame shifting, all that. This is a good episode of Narcissist or Not Girl. Like, let's be real. Spotify took me off their playlist. I admit that I've been underrated. I'm not convicted, not arrested. Okay, so this is when I knew that this was written and recorded long before he went to jail. But drag my name in the dirt. All this work to be successful when you abandon me because of what you heard? There are witnesses. There is tapes. And that's what's gagging me. So a lot of these sickos will record their stuff because they like the memorabilia of it, or they like a memory, like weird. And there's tapes, sir. There's hard drives. There's this, there's that. So it's not what we heard. The investigation came and brought us a discovery. And now that's on the table. You can't be talking about what we heard. It's not what we heard. It's the facts. I admit it. I'm not perfect. I never said I was perfect. Say I'm abusing these women. What the F? That's some absurd shit. They're brainwashed. Really? Kidnapped. Really? Can't eat. Really? Can't. Real talk. That shit sounds silly. So, gaslight. And if you really, really want to know, her father dropped her off at my show and told this boy to put her on the stage. I admit that she was overage. I admit that I was feeling her, and I admit that she was feeling me. I admit that that's just some ish that come with being a celebrity. I ain't chasing these ladies. No, these ladies are chasing me. Yeah. Now, I'm only saying all this ish because how they trying to play me. I admit that this is no disrespect to the parents, but this is my advice to you because I'm also a parent. Don't push your daughter in my face and tell me that it's okay. So now R.Kelly is, again, blame shifting. But I agree with him here, child. Why did they drop their kids off? The parents need to go to jail. The parents are definitely very guilty, and they all need to be under the jail, okay? Your agenda is to get paid and get mad when it don't go your way. I know y'all look at me like I don't go through things, but I'm human. I know it's hard sometimes, but try to keep in mind that I'm human. F all of the fortune and fame, forget the name, I'm human. So now he's basically trying to say, I'm human. Okay, we understand that, but at the same time, that doesn't excuse your behavior. Just because you're human, it doesn't excuse abuse. It doesn't excuse toxicity. It doesn't excuse narcissism. The people that you are abusing are also human, and now they are also traumatized. So what does that mean for them? You know, like, we can't just say, or just look the other way, R.Kelly, because you decide now that you want to be a human being. Because the fact of the matter is, as much as he is a human, he was still doing and conducting inhumane things. Okay? I can't believe all the under the table ish they doing. I'm tired of fingers pointed at me. I'm tired of this weight on me. I'm tired of everybody wanting a piece of me. Shit, I'm not an ATM machine. What do I do when I can't do what I do? What do I do when I can't do what I do? I guess he's talking about, like, he can't make music? I don't know. How can I win if I can't win with truth? Got a couple of dead homies that I promised I would make it out this shit. And I don't think God's hand is on me, nigga. I'm gonna make it out. No weapons formed against me, amen, shall prosper, amen. Not claiming, amen, the storm is over, amen. So now we're going into using Christianity to deflect, to soothe, in a way, the abuse or the behavior. Because what we know about R.Kelly over the years is he's given us a lot of uplifting songs. Also featured on a lot of gospel artists' songs that are still on Apple Music and Spotify and wherever, they haven't pulled those songs off of their albums or anything like that. Like there's a Marvin Sapp song that R.Kelly is talking on, and I think he sings on it as well. And every time I'm listening to Marvin Sapp on like a playlist, that song is on there. And I hear R. Kelly's voice and I'm like, this man was everywhere. Okay, he was everywhere. He was in gospel, he was in R&B, he was in rap, he was everywhere. So he's like a cockroach, baby. He's hard to get rid of. But now he's in here talking about God. And I feel like him doing that is just another form of manipulation. I admit I talked to Miss McGlenn. FYI, that's my second mother. I admit I asked her how I'm going to get the world off of my shoulders. She says, son, don't you lose it. Sometimes you got to go through it. They say what they say, but at the end of the day, they cannot deny your music. So the mom is enabling the behavior, the second mother. She's enabling his behavior and going back to the music, if she even said these. Because your music has touched people. It inspired all people, overseas, everywhere. Don't worry, don't care, because the anointed is on you. And that's why these haters is at you. So just keep on doing you, baby. You don't have to give these fools an explanation. See, I'm sure he's helped this woman financially. I wouldn't put it past neither one of them, because for you to know that this man is this sick and you sit there and enable the behavior, you are a part of the problem. You are just as bad as the people that was working for him, that was recruiting the young girls and boys to go to the mansion and the studio and do whatever with R. Kelly. Just as guilty. You're enabling the behavior, talking about he anointed. Maybe so, but I'm sure Lucifer was anointed too, and guess what? He got kicked out of the heavens, okay? So what are you doing? And another thing too is people calling out toxic, nasty, inappropriate, pedophilia, anything that is inappropriate. People calling out inappropriate behaviors, character flaws, patterns, whatever. That is not being a hater. So him claiming that this woman said these things to him and saying that people are hating on him, ain't nobody hating on R. Kelly. People don't like what R. Kelly has done. People don't like who R. Kelly is behind closed doors. It has nothing to do with the music. It has nothing to do with anything outside of what he was doing behind closed doors that traumatize other people. That's what people are mad at. And that is not ever going to be considered being a hater or hating on anyone, R. Kelly or not, okay? What's the definition of a cult? What's the definition of a sex slave? Go to the dictionary, look it up. Let me know. I'll be here waiting. Now, I admit that I got some girls that love me to pull their hair, and I admit that they love me to talk dirty when I pull their hair. Some like me to spank them. Some like to give brain, and what some of these girls want is too much for the radio station. Look, I'm just a man, y'all, not a monster or beast, but I admit there are times when these girls so fine, they chill with a nigga for a week. Now, I admit I love Hugh Hefner, though up through the years supported Hugh Hefner, but when he left this world, he had a million girls, but we gon' always love Hugh Hefner. To Jim DeRogatis, whatever your name is, you've been trying to destroy me for 25 whole years. Writing the same stories over and over and over again. Off my name, you done went and made yourself a career. So again, deflecting, throwing people under the bus, whatever he can do to get the heat off of him. He's saying that this man wouldn't have a career if it wasn't for him because he's trying to ruin him, yada, yada, yada. We do not care. Then before that, he was talking about Hugh Hefner because we know the Playboy Mansion, yada, yada, yada. But over the years, it's actually been coming out that there was lots of underage people over there at the Playboy Mansion that shouldn't have been there. So as far as we're concerned, Hugh Hefner can rot too. Like, there's no excuse for none of this stuff. Now, Playboy Mansion was what it was. It was out in the open. It was in the forefront. It was not a secret that it's a glorified brothel, okay? It was not a secret. People go to the Playboy Mansion for certain things. The Playboy freaking magazine, for heaven's sakes, was a nudie magazine for years, okay? So, again, he is pretty much trying to say, well, if Hugh Hefner got away with this, how come y'all not letting me get away with this? And then I'm sure it's going to go back to, is it because I'm black? But, like, Hugh Hefner was problematic too. All these men in Hollywood have been showing that they're problematic. We are just catching up, okay? or actually taking a stand now. Right? And the same stories over and over again. Off my name, you done went and made yourself a career, a whole career. But guess what? I pray for you and your family. And all my other enemies pray for you, enemies. I'm not gonna let y'all steal my joy. I'm just gonna keep on doing me. Well, you ain't got a choice, sir. You are in jail. Okay? So do the best you can. Get you your commissary and shut up. Because what else can you do? Absolutely nothing. Now, I don't know what else to say except I'm so falsely accused. So now he's blatantly saying he is not guilty. Tell me how you can judge when you've never walked in my shoes. So easy to mess up someone else's life through social media, the devil in disguise. I admit I miss my brothers, but I admit they weren't acting like brothers. Yeah, we've had our differences, but you don't turn on your brother for nothing, for no one. Not our mama, Joanne, is watching. So now he's calling out his brother that was in the documentary that spilled the tea. She must be turning over in her grave and then using their mother, to guilt the brother. Crazy. I admit I had to borrow a couple of M's from the label. All these hits out, but I couldn't put food on the table. I was told to sell my cars. I was told I couldn't get a loan. Said I owed $20 million to the IRS and they were coming to get my home. So now he's again the victim, and telling us his woes over the years because the music industry played him because he was dyslexic. He couldn't read his contracts. He signed some crazy deals and pretty much walked away with nothing. I admit I was feeling stupid staying in the Homewood Suites, sipping Hennessy, trying to figure out what happened to me. There was so much going through my head because I knew that something wasn't right. My head wasn't right. I couldn't put my finger on it, but my spirit had better eyes. It told me what it saw, and it scared the shit out of me. It said, get rid of all of them. It's nothing but vultures around me. I admit I love my fans for all the push and support they've shown. I admit if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't ever have stayed strong. Now, I'm not tripping on all of these rumors that don't bother me. I'm not paying attention to these haters that don't bother me. But what blows me is when certain people turn phony. They say, Rob, I got your back. Rob, you the man. But they really doubted me. Bitch, you know who you are. Bitch, I bought you a car. Bitch, you stayed at my crib. Is he talking about Usher, girl? Who are you talking about here? I loved you with all my heart. Now, I don't like to brag when it comes to me, but I've given back to the community, from the nonprofit to the charities. But of course, you never hear that about me. Okay, that's fine. And again, great, but it does not negate or make us look past the other things. Great that you donated to the charities. As you should, you're rich. Like what? We're not going to give you brownie points for donating your money that you're supposed to donate, okay? We're not going to give you brownie points for that. To them niggas that drink my liquor and smoke my stogies, how come you ain't on Facebook taking up for me when you round me most of the day and you know that I'm a good brother? Always got your hands out. It ain't no doubt that y'all niggas ain't nothing but bloodsuckers. So now he's dragging everybody, girl. Plus, y'all ain't bringing nothing to the table. Yeah, nigga, you know it's real talk. Taking pictures with me for your Instagram, but when I need you, you quick to get lost. No, ooh, whoa. Robert, Jay, and Joanne, my kids. What you hearing out here about dad? Guys, I'm sorry for this. So now he's talking to his kids, which this part is sad, okay? Because I couldn't even imagine being R.Kelly's child and what they must be going through. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine what y'all must be going through. Oh my gosh. Every day it's something about me. My God, it must be killing you. I promise there'll be better days. Just keep walking straight. I know you must be worried, but just know that I'm okay. For me, things has gotten rough. Right now, I can't say too much, but for y'all, I will stay tough. Daddy just need y'all to trust and believe in me. I admit that I told the truth and I'm still not free. You still want to hate me. You still want to stone me. Still want to chain me. I think they want to kill me. So I don't even know what to say about this part. Like, I really don't. we're just gonna move on. We're almost done, guys. Now, no disrespect to Chi-Town. Oh, sorry. Then he does the whole hook again. I admit it. I did it, blah, blah, blah. Now, no disrespect to Chi-Town, my home, but we've got to learn how to support our own. I admit that my heart cries for my city because we're losing young lives in our city. Instead of judging me, y'all should be using me to help these kids, raise them out of depression and poverty. So now he's pretty much saying like, oh, I want to do good stuff in my city. I want to do stuff for Chicago. Sir, if I were you, I wouldn't be mentioning nobody kids, okay? I don't care what you're saying. Don't mention nobody kids. What are you talking about? You're not worried about the kids unless you could do something to them. So leave the kids out of this, okay? And blaming Chicago for what? Now, I'm not saying I'm no savior, but I can be an inspiration. No. You have inspired enough, sir. Just pick up your Chanel and go, okay? This is an invitation. Man, I admit I go through so much day to day. Got 23 lawyers, 3 or 4 managers. What am I doing? Show me the way. The only thing I have left is my voice. And now I have to use it for my protection because they left me no choice. See, my work has nothing to do with my private life. So now he's telling us we must disassociate, okay? We must not look at what he's doing in the privacy of his home because we like his music. No, sir. No, sir. Because age ain't nothing but a number. It has a completely different meaning when you know that the person is a damn pedophile. Okay? You had the lady present a fake birth certificate so you could marry her when she was underage. Sir. No. See, my work has nothing to do with my private life, so stay the out of my business and tend to your own damn life. So go ahead and say what you want to say about who I want to date. If you want to date children, sir, it's a problem, okay? Like, what? No. But you won't say that ish to my face. And we will, sir. So I don't know what you going on about. This video is dedicated to R.Kelly. What is he talking about? We will say to your face, sir, you are sick. Oh my gosh. Next nigga bring me some dumb shit is gonna be a misunderstanding. Cause niggas, they listen to dumb shit. Are niggas that be on that dumb shit? Oh, okay, hold on. Girl, see, R.Kelly too much of a lyricist for me, girl. Okay, he said, cause you know it ain't shit to say to my face. Next nigga bring me some dumb shit is gonna be a misunderstanding. Cause niggas, they listen to dumb shit are niggas that be on that. Okay, he said, cause you know it ain't shit to say to my face. Next nigga bring me some dumb shit is gonna be a misunderstanding. Cause niggas, they listen to dumb shit are niggas that be on that dumb shit. They need a life because they ain't got no life. They always conjuring up dumb shit. Blocking my path. They don't know the half, so they making assumptions. Since when do assumptions cost a man his whole career? Found guilty when you're innocent is the only test I fear. There is one thing that's for sure, and I want to make this shit clear. I done lived my voice and represented my country for 31 effing years. Damn it, I admit. Wow. I think that R.Kelly needs to shut the hell up. We don't need to hear anything else from him. We really don't. I don't think this is the last we're going to hear about this situation. If it gets appealed and, goes to Supreme Court or whatever, and they manage to get this man out of jail, which I don't see how, I will be shocked and appalled, okay? R. Kelly was hiding in plain sight for a lot of years, and it was looked past for a long periodic time, okay? I think with the new age of the internet and technology and how fast we have access to things, it was a matter of time. Like, it was a long time coming. He did not pay the consequences he should have paid back then. Back then in the 90s and early 2000s, my generation, I was a kid when that stuff was going on. So I really didn't start hearing about it until I got a little bit older and was old enough to watch the Chappelle Show and saw that. But even then, like, they made jokes about it. Like, there's been jokes about R. Kelly over the years. R. Kelly has actually maintained a pretty good career despite everything that was stacked up against him or that he was doing that was problematic. Like, all those things nobody cared about. But now that it's in our face and there's no ignoring it, he cannot deny it. Like, we have no choice as a people but to, one, stand beside the people that are affected by it and stick up for them, you know, because they didn't have a voice, but also hold R. Kelly accountable now because they didn't do it when they were supposed to. It's our generation of people that are holding R. Kelly accountable. So when R. Kelly was pissing on people or when he was starting his craziness in the 90s, I was probably like 7. I don't even know. I probably wasn't even 7 when that actually happened. I don't know what year it happened. But the fact of the matter is I was born in the 90s. So when that stuff was happening, I couldn't say anything about it. Like, I didn't know about it. After you find out about certain things, it kind of just turns your stomach. So I really don't understand how people are still like, oh, I'm still going to step in the name of love and all these things. Like, you know, obviously, if you're at an event, you're not going to go up to the DJ booth and slap the DJ and tell him, don't play no R. Kelly in here. It's not going to happen, okay? And anybody that says that they're going to do that is a liar. Now, if it's your event, you might say to the DJ, hey, when it gets to this certain hour of the night, make sure you're not playing any R. Kelly. That's something you could do, you know? But the older generation of people that ignored that stuff, they've been conditioned to ignore that stuff. So, like, not my mom, okay, but like older generation, the parents from that era, they very much were sweep things under the rug. Okay, sweep it under the rug. Don't tell nobody. Don't say nothing, especially at the church, at your grandparents' house, whoever, your uncle, whoever. Okay, it was very much sweep things under the rug. Our generation, we ain't sweeping nothing under the rug. We're picking the rug up. Okay, looking under there is giving magic carpet. Like, we need to see what's going on under there. And now that we see what's under the rug, we're going to clean it up. And that's all that's happening. Ain't nothing but a little straightening, baby. That's all that's happening with the R. Kelly situation and all these other situations that are like the R. Kelly situation. Ain't nothing but a little straightening. So that's my hot take on this situation. What are you guys' thoughts, comments, concerns? Leave them in the comment section below. I love you all so much. And I will see you tomorrow for another day of Vlogmas. I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. I think I already said bye. I just said bye twice. Girl, get it together, okay?